My father has arranged for me to marry a wealthy trader from a neighboring village. I don't want to, but I have no choice, she said. In the heart of Unduka, a small village located in the eastern part of the country, lived a young man named Chike. Unduka was a place where traditions ran deep and the bond between nature and its people was strong. Chike, a farmer by day and a storyteller by night, was known for his kindness and generosity. One evening, as the sun went below, Chike was walking home from the field. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of crickets chirping, providing a soothing melody. As he approached the village square, he saw a group of children gathering around an old storyteller, their faces lit with excitement. "Grandfather, tell us the story of the forest spirit again," one of the children exclaimed. Shike smiled, remembering the countless times he had heard that story as a child. He continued on his way, but his thoughts were interrupted by a soft melodic voice. "Shike, wait!" He turned to see Ogeshi, the beautiful daughter of the village chief, running towards him. Her dark skin glowed in the twilight, and her eyes sparkled with a mischievous light. "Ogeshi, what bring you here?" Shike asked, his heart skipping a beat. "I wanted to ask if you could join me for a walk. The evening is too beautiful to spend indoors." Ogeshi replied, a smile infectious. Shike nodded, unable to refuse her. Together, they walked along the narrow path that led to the edge of the village, where the rivers flowed gently. They talked about their day, their dreams, and their future. As the stars began to dot the sky, Shike felt a connection with Ogeshi that he couldn't explain. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Shike and Ogeshi's bond grew stronger with each passing day. They shared their hopes, fears, and secrets. Shike loved Ogeshi's laughter, the way her eyes lit up when she was excited, and the kindness she showed to everyone around her. One evening, as they sat by the river, Ogeshi looked at Shike with a seriousness he hadn't seen before. "Shike, there's something I need to tell you," she said softly. "What is it, Ogeshi?" he asked, his heart pounding. "My father has arranged for me to marry a wealthy trader from a neighboring village. I don't want to, but I have no choice," she said, tears welling up in her eyes. Shike felt a cold hand grip his heart. The thought of losing Ogeshi was unbearable. He reached out and held her hands. "We will find a way, Ogeshi. We cannot let this happen," he said, determination in his voice. Shike and Ogeshi spent countless nights devising a plan to escape their arranged marriage. But their plans were interrupted when Ogeshi's father, Shifokeke, confronted Shike one afternoon. Shike, I have heard rumors about you and my daughter. You must leave her alone. She's promised to marry another, and this union will bring prosperity to our village," Shifokeke said, his voice stern and unyielding. "Shifokeke, with all due respect, Ogeshi and I love each other. We want to be together," Shike replied, his voice steady but respectful. "You will do as I say, Shike. If you truly care for Ogeshi, you will let her go," the chief warned before walking away. Shike was standing in the middle of the village square, his heart heavy with the weight of the chief's word. But instead of deterring him, It only strengthened his resolve to fight for their love. Determined to be together, Shike and Ogeshi sought the help of the village elder, Nkem, who was known for his wisdom and knowledge of the old ways. One night, they visited Nkem's hut, their hearts heavy with worry. The old man listened to their story, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of many years. You must be careful, children. The path you choose is full of danger, but love is a powerful force. It can overcome even the greatest obstacle. Nkem said, his voice steady. He handed them a small pouch filled with herbs and a map of the forest. These herbs will help you stay hidden, and this map will guide you to a safe place where you can start a new life together. Shike and Ogeshi thanked Nkem and left, hope blooming in their hearts. The night of their escape was filled with tension and excitement. Shike and Ogeshi packed their belongings and met at the edge of the village, where the forest began. They held hands as they stepped into the darkness, guided by the light of the full moon. They walked for hours, their hearts pounding with every rustle of the leaves and every distant hole. But they pressed on, determined to reach the safe place Nkema had told them about. As dawn broke, they arrived at a hidden clearing in the forest. Exhausted but relieved, they set up a small camp and rested. The next few days were filled with hard work as they built a new home and prepared for their future. Life in the forest was not easy. Shike and Ogeshi faced many challenges, from finding food and water to dealing with wild animals. But they faced each challenge together, their love growing stronger with each passing day. One day, as Shike was out hunting, he encountered a group of men from the neighboring village. They recognized him and began to chase him through the forest. Shike ran as fast as he could, his heart pounding with fear. He managed to lose them, but not before they discovered the clearing where he and Ogeshi had been living. Fearing for their lives, Shike and Ogeshi decided to move deeper into the forest. Months passed, and Shike and Ogeshi found a new home, even deeper in the forest. They had grown accustomed to their new life, but the threat of being discovered always loomed over them. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Ogeshi looked at Shike with a serious expression. "Shike, I have something to tell you," she said, her voice trembling. "What is it, Ogeshi?" Shike asked, concern etched on his face. "I am going to have a baby," she said, tears streaming down her face. Shike was overwhelmed with emotion. He hugged Ogeshi tightly, his heart filled with love and fear. "We will make this work, Ogeshi. We will protect our child and give them the best life we can," he said, determination in his voice. As the month passed, Shike and Ogeshi prepared the arrival of their child. They worked hard to ensure their home was safe and comfortable. But their peace was shattered when a group of men from the neighboring village discovered their new hiding place. The men were led by the wealthy trader who was supposed to marry Ogeshi. He was furious and demanded that Ogeshi return with him. "You have no right to take her," Shike said, standing protectively in front of Ogeshi. "She belongs to me. Her father promised her to me," the trader replied, his voice filled with anger. "I belong to no one but myself," Ogeshi said, her voice strong and defiant. A fierce battle ensued with Chike and Ogechi fighting side by side. Despite their bravery, they were outnumbered and overpowered. Just when all seemed lost, the villagers of Nduka arrived, led by Nkem. "Leave these children alone," Nkem said, his voice filled with authority. "They have chosen their path, and you have no right to interfere." The trader and his men retreated, knowing they could not win against the united villagers. Shike and Ogechi returned to Nduka with the villagers, their hearts filled with gratitude. The village accepted them back with open arms, recognizing the strength of their love and the sacrifice they have made. A few months later, Ogechi gave birth to a healthy baby boy. They named him Nkem in honor of the elder who helped them. As they stood together, watching the sun set over the village, Shike and Ogechi knew that their love had triumphed over all obstacles. They had faced danger and hardship, but their bond had only grown stronger. Their story became a legend in Nduka, a tale of love, courage, and the power of the human spirit. And as they looked at their son, they knew that their journey was only beginning. Years later, Shike and Ogechi's story was still told around the village fires. Their love had inspired many, and their son Nkem grew up hearing tales of his parents' bravery and determination.